right, so for the last homework of the week, we are going over homework number 30 for Thursday, page 239, number 42, 43, 44. Now remember very clearly. Oh, right, but that was a different grade. I was thinking about 7th grade that I taught 2 years ago. Okay, all right, never mind. Now, I've been doing these questions, feels like what is forever. And I always find myself going over number 42, even though I'm just not simply willing to just post a video up for you guys to watch. I want to make a fresh one. Okay, all right, let's talk. So I'll read, all right? So tonight's homework, there are only 3 word problems, okay? So it's okay, all right? So take your time, read the question, make sure you understand it. All right, first class postage in the United States costs 33 cents for an ounce. I mean, I'm pretty sure that price changed already. Your letter weighs 3/4 of an ounce. Do you need extra postage to include a newspaper clipping that weighs 3/8 of an ounce? Explain. All right. So, what's the question here? Right. The question is something like this. You got a letter, right? And you got a newspaper clipping. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Yep. The question is something like this. If you were to put them together, would it go over an ounce, and therefore you would have to pay extra postage? Okay. All right. Now I'm going to give you the math version and the non-math version of the answer. Okay. So let's find the common denominator. It's 8. So 4 times 2, so 6. 3 times 2 is 6. That stays the same. So it's 9/8, right? So that went over an ounce, right? Because this is actually 1 1/8. All right, make sure you write the unit of an ounce. Okay, so now that went over, right? So you mean you would pay extra postage. But here's the thing, like the post office, they're not going to weight every single letter that comes their way. They just don't have the time for it. So if it's approximate, that's good enough. All right. If you pay too little, then they're just gonna send the package back. All right. That's usually how these sort of things work. Besides, they use flat rate shipping. So you pay one fee, and then they give you a box. As long as it fits in the box, you're good, so to speak. So, all right. Now let's do one more. Yeah. Okay, all right. Now, 4, I was going to do number 44 with those 3 fractions, but I'm looking at the common denominator. It's not hard. So the common denominator is 4. So you just have to convert them into improper fractions, right? All right, so with that said, let's try 43 real quick then, all right? Which is talking about fishing, all right? I like fishing, except I've never gone fishing. All right, okay, so yesterday, a fisherman caught a fish that weighed 6 3/4 pounds. Today, he got a fish that weighs 8 1/4 pounds. How much heavier? So, how much heavier? What does that imply? Right, subtraction. Okay, so 8 1/4 minus 6 3/4. Now, this is really not that hard either, but it presents an opportunity for me to talk about this. So, I'm going to do it. All right, now, knowing that they have the common denominator, that makes it a little bit easier for me to explain this. So let me lay this out right now. Think about it like this. Here you got 1/4. Now, can 1/4? Let me use a different color to highlight this. Can 1/4 subtract 3/4? No, right? Because a quarter is smaller than 3/4. So you can't. Right now, as we speak, you cannot subtract them. So having said that, that means now you have an opportunity here to make this larger. Now, how can you make this larger so you can just subtract? Now, I might have covered this in class. I might have decided not to, okay? So if this is new to you, it's okay. Okay, all right, just pay attention. Right, you can borrow 1 from the 8 here. So meaning, now I'm going to use the same lingo or notation that you guys use for this. When you guys borrow numbers, right? When you're subtracting, that turns into a 7, and this turns into a 5/4, right? Because it's 7 plus 4/4, right? Plus 1/4. So let me write that out. So this is akin to 7 plus 4/4 plus 1/4. So here, those 7's here, right? The 7 matches. The 4/4 is the 1 you borrowed from the 8, and the 1/4 is the original 1/4. Okay, you can think about it like that. Now, what does that mean? So that means I have 7 5/4 minus 6 3/4. That's what that really means. So that means is, right, 7. Now, I mean, this is boring. So you know how I've been telling you to convert these to improper fractions? With subtraction and addition, you could actually get away with not turning them into improper fractions. But my concern is that some of you are going to do it, flippantly, right? Too casually, and then get the answer wrong. So, all right, so 7 minus 6 is 1. 5/4 minus 3/4 is what? That's right, 2/4, or in other words, 1.5. Okay, so let me think. Is that all I gotta say? Yeah, that's it. Okay, all right. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.
OMG, that was so good.